will be control center to kick off the day. Lijiang Tower coming through. And very heavily expect that 3-3 be coming out from either side. But do we get the Doomfist from Sparkle off the bat?
You know, I want to say no, not on this map, not on this map type in general, no matter what map we got to control. I think he's going to be sticking with the Zarya there. It's really difficult to utilize the Doomfist in the neutral. If you don't win that in that first fight before the point unlocks, you're going to be in big trouble, because if you stop the Zarya, you're already behind an ult charge. You've already given up the point. But he is locking it in here. I mean, big risk.
You remember versus Geekstar was the same thing. Lijiang Tower coming out, they won that 2-0, Element Mystic did, with the Doomfist from Sparkle, but now they're going up against a considerably stronger team in StormQuake. But here we go, Seismic Slam going through, Sparkle gets the uppercut, trying to layer in the damage. Rocket Punch going to be going wide. He gets tagged up, he's got to get the heck out of here. Really being ticked up, manages to get the pack, but Sunjen will take him down. 2-for-1 exchanges, only Kaiser was eliminated on the side of StormQuake. They find now 3, looked at before, Hanbin going to get dropped, and Element Mystic. Now they have to get their way back into the control center, away from that dropship. A horrific start.
Worst case scenario for Element Mystic. Hounded down is Sparkle by Sulgan. He was hiding, and he tracked him the entire time. Normally, Sparkle's been able to pop off because Doa finds the enemy Brigida, stuns him, and then Sparkle goes wild. Not happening so far.
Yeah, stun instantly there on a Sparkle. They take him low. Takoyaki going to be burned down as the armor comes in from Sunjen, leading the charge forward as they go back over to the dropship. Picking off every last member of Element Mystic that they can get their hands on.
And I can't help but ask, why was this necessary? Why take this risk against a vastly superior team, as you say, to Geekstar here? They're in so much trouble now. Choke fully controlled, armor is up. This is not the new Brigida.
Finger bang ready to go into the back. Sparkle looking for a pickoff. He's dangerously low. Grab's gonna be coming down, locks him in, pin over to the side, takes Takoyaki out of the fight. Shadow comes down. Doesn't really find much though. Bomb now thrown in. Takoyaki's shield comes up, but he sacrifices Hanbin. He was stuck in the corner, couldn't get behind the ride. Now Takoyaki gets picked off. It's at 50% already here for StormQuake. Element Mystic haven't even touched the point since the beginning.
They're gonna have at least the Meteor Strike to break through this choke now. That's their engage tool. One of the only ways they're gonna be able to get through there. They can try to use it with the bigger bang. Going to be very difficult though to pull that off. Probably going to see used alone, or actually is breaking through first.
They're pushing their way up, almost going down here. On Kaiser, he's going to be dropping the hammer. Can't quite see how many people. Looks like he's going to be catching nobody. The Meteor Strike taking them all so low. Takoyaki manages to find one. Now Lastro and Proper both going to be going down. Element Mystic have successfully broken open the point here with the Sound Barrier and the Space Jam combo. Clean up these kills. They do take down Amy. The Fire Strike from Takoyaki finds the hit. Go into the back, get rid of that pilot form Diva. They'll get the kills, they'll get the flip, but 85% gain for StormQuake.
StormQuake didn't have ults there to contest, so they backed away. They allowed them to enter the point. That gave a really nice opportunity there for that big Meteor Strike. Now StormQuake looking to just fight back with their next grab.
Takoyaki stunned up, Shadow gonna be ready to go. Sparkle, however, assassination pick off there onto Amy, and Lastro uses that Transcendence. Takoyaki, however, not gonna get given an opportunity to use that Earth Shatter. Will be taken down. Grab coming out, locks him up, but no one's going to be dying because Xe has the Transcendence ready to go. Now Hanbin answering back, finds a double. Sparkle gets Proper, takes him out to punch in on the Amy. They will be able to follow up with the kill, and now it is Element Mystic in control.
Because they're running a Diva-less comp, the Doomfist replaces the Diva. Hanbin flexes onto Zarya. This comp still does operate well around the choke. They take the late trance there. Lastro getting a bit trigger happy, trying to get them in there. I think waiting might have been the better opportunity there to find a better fight, because Lastro used it to open up so early. Now, yeah, we're only at 50%, but Element Mystic's still very much in control.
Rally to lead the charge into the back goes Sparkle. Meteor Strike ready to go, so he doesn't have a bailout option. Shadow comes down, catches one. They manage to find the hit there. Kujin going to be taken out. The pin will kill Sparkle, but that's just one. And Kaiser, oh, as he turns around, Takoyaki says, hey, what's up? Gets him into the wall, gets that kill. Extra shots there on Amy as he does escape, and now the Mystic, they have closer and closer to tying this up.
They have control. They are going to have the Space Jam soon. Hanbin at 80 energy here. He will very shortly get that grab, and that's going to be what they want to use to control this final fight here. Lastro's trance is going to be the most important part for StormQuake. They need that to be very valuable here.
Quick, thinking he'll pick off on a Sparkle instantly. That could be absolutely huge. Punch goes in, they knock Kujin up into the air. Lastro going to be using that Transcendence. Grabs on Search, comes in. Space Jam going to be dropping down. early, doesn't quite have the kills, but still looking to answer back. Get some extra kills coming in. Sparkle managed to find last one. Now Amy going to be gone. The sound barrier out from Element Mystics. They try to stay in the fight. They try to maintain control. And it seems like they will be able to do just that. FaZe getting knocked off the map around the backhand side. Can anybody tag this? They get the stun up there on the Sujan. And Element Mystic will basically rob this one away from StormQuake. They lost at an 85% Element Mystic take hold, and they do not let go.
That almost never happens. You know, we don't normally talk in absolutes in Overwatch, but on Control Center,
Only a Sith uses absolutes.
but on Control Center, we have to use Sith-like language here because usually you take that first point, you control the choke, you have the grabs, and they're running a Doomfist comp, so it's even harder to break through. But there was that one window, that one fight they could take when StormQuake realized, look, they have an ult advantage, we're going to back away here, and they were able to tear through. Nice fight there in the end by StormQuake, even though the Meteor Strike was a little bit early on that trance. Everyone was still caught in the grab, and we saw Element Mystic kind of concave and circle them, have the better DPS output as a result right afterwards. Positional advantages are sometimes actually greater than ult combos. Element Mystic will be putting Sparkle on the Zarya this time, no longer willing to take that Doomfist risk. That's obviously a little bit better of a map to do this rather than the Doomfist earlier.
Dive into the back here from Takoyaki, just gonna be zapping away. Ooh, they still Achilios here dangerously low. Soulgen now get picked off. Huntsman gonna be knocked out of the back. Kaiser now gonna be dropped. One exchange here on the side of Element Mystic. Now they will just go ahead, push forward, get the remaining members, take them down. Not even worried about trying to stagger people. Hunman just goes off the side of the map. Doesn't build up much in the way of that self-destruct, but losing the mech, that was the only sacrifice that Element Mystic had to make in order to get the initial cap.
And another risk, you know, you take with the Winston is, you know, if you lose the first fight, you're going to be down on ult charge, but he's actually going to hide here. They're looking for him to see him. Very nicely done by Sogen. If they don't find him, the supports are vulnerable as they cross the bridge. They actually are able to get a safe approach now. Was scouted. Nice work there by the Brigida.
The back, final range is going to be set and ready to go. Does go ahead and pop this. Soulgen gets picked off the bat. Has a nice corner there on the last stroke. Will be able to take him down quite easily. See Clobber throwing up the shield desperately, trying to hang on, but will not be able to. Takoyaki, now that he's invested the ult, will go back and swap over onto the Ryan to match Kaiser.
Exactly what you want to do. This is the most efficient way to do this. Sure, he's still missing that Earth Shatter, but they have positional advantages. They have, you know, the Transcendence. So they're not worried about this next approach with the Shatter. As long as Xe hits that Q button at the right moment, they should be able to hold this.
Kaiser can open things up. The Shatter going to be coming down. Just lock him up. Then it's going to be out from Xe. However, keeping everybody topped up. No one can take it down on the back end of that ult. Grab's going to be thrown in, but oh, actually Eden taken away from Sparkle. Nicely done there by FaZe. That might have just won them the fight.
Certainly has, and you know, I mean, this fight was proper. He entered it with 95% after the Shatter came down. Once the trance was done, he still didn't have the grab, but after the eat there, he knew, and he just hit the, you know, that 100% of the ult. He knew this is going to be what's going to win them the fight at the end of the day, and drops it in there. Not the most ult-efficient fight for Element Mystic either, so StormQuake's going to feel really good about getting that percentage tied up here. They do have this choke controlled as well. Kaiser with another Shatter.
For the opportunity, was a big one the last time out. Let's see if he can match that or exceed it. Finding another one. Sound barrier is up for Element Mystic. Shatter going to be coming down. Oh, catches everybody right up into the front, and instantly they drop like flies. StormQuake go ahead and tie up the score, make this a 1-1 after Gardens, and have everything decided on Night Market. Still a ways to climb, but they're already at 41%.
This is a very, very rough situation for Element Mystic because they still don't have that grab. If Lastro can build a trance in the interim on before their next approach and have the answer, they already have a sound barrier too, so that should buy enough time. Then StormQuake is sitting pretty right now. Does have full energy here, that's a good start.
This up 16% away now. Sparkle getting that nice right click in. Sujan just going to get picked off into the back, going to burn down FaZe out of that next sound barrier. However, will a bit more longevity and tankiness, but as they push forward, they manage to find Kaiser and Lastro. They crumble under the pressure being applied. Now the cleanup comes in, and Element Mystic looking to get the flip here very swiftly after StormQuake takes the lead.
Yeah, this was actually a bit of an extension by Amy there as well to drop the sound barrier. StormQuake not fully understanding how much damage output Sparkle could have there, not understanding he had 100, not recognizing that energy level there. Did tons of damage. They wasted that critical ultimate, the sound barrier. Now Element Mystic controls this choke, and they've got the grab. No way in here for StormQuake seemingly without that Shatter.
And they're going to try to open things up with the bomb pushing forward. Sparkle just shoves himself right into the hallway, drop it down, bigger bang combo, getting coming through, but Hunted will not find any pickoffs, will not be able to make it back into the back. The shatter comes down from Kaiser. They managed to find Sparkle. 2 for 0 so far. Now StormQuake looking good as they approach the point. Owen Mystic's going to be trying to hold on till that OT comes through. 96% moving up. Doha, no way for him to survive the rally. Not going to do anything, and now Element Mystic will be surrendering the point. StormQuake starting now at 80%. They only have a rally to try to approach.
With the self-destruct coming in like that, you know, it was hard to actually maximize value out of the grab. I'll be honest with you guys, with that angle there, the subtleties of what happened in that fight were lost to me.
It was a little wishy-washy.
But anyway, they come out ahead here. Let's see if they can hold this choke. Basically, no ultimates across the board. This is a vanilla fight. Talking about neutral, basically.
Just the rally armor out from Element Mystic as they try to flip this one back in. 99 to 99 on both sides. StormQuake going to be trying to tie this up. Element Mystic looking to take it with a 2-0. Shatter online from Takoyaki. The Kaiser going to be gone. The Shatter comes down. Only gets one into the back, and no one can really get over there to lock down Lastro. Confident going to be popped up back by phases. Self-destruct. Xe now going to be eliminated. StormQuake trying to really drag this one back into their favor. Lastro in the backside. Gives from Takoyaki. He's going to be popped out. He puts his point. Transcendence going to be up. StormQuake staying in the fight. Sound barrier now going to be online for Amy. Grabs on Surges here. StormQuake, the OT bar starts plummeting. Oh, they barely tag it for a moment, Element Mystic. To extend it, but they cannot get it in the end. 100 to 99. StormQuake do tie us up. We have to settle the score on Night Market.
And it's the fundamentals here for StormQuake that are shining through in the 3-3 versus 3-3. Element Mystic was able to steal that win away with the Doomfist just previously, but barely, and I mean barely. But in this fight, it's Lastro who gets the close-up shot there in the end, maximizing damage on Zenyatta, having that extra armor because the rally came out faster for Silgan, whereas the rally that was coming out for Doha was on the approach, on the attack, tougher for Xe to get that armor. Not to mention that, you know, it's funny to say this, Xe is definitely the more famous player between Lastro and himself, but in terms of Zenyatta play, Lastro is the experienced Zenyatta. He's the one who's got a career of Zenyatta, whereas Xe is a DPS turned support essentially here. You can see Lastro's just coming up with more damage overall in these scrappy fights because he's got that experience. He's been there 1,000 times.
Well, back over onto the Doomfist here for Sparkle, but Takoyaki is just going to get dropped down. Kaiser finds the kill, then gets punishment at Doha. Going to be eliminated, so yet again, StormQuake going to be trading up quite nicely here at the start. Will be that first cap unlocked for them as Proper walks away with a triple.
Very nice neutral fight here for StormQuake. Now, it's looking dire for Element Mystic with this Doomfist yet again. This map, obviously a little bit less convoluted than Control Center in terms of approach angles, so it's going to be tougher for them to get gate kept out here with this Doom.
Down Sparkle trying to find a pick off here. Gets that rocket punch. Kaiser's going to be taken down. Unique goes forward, finds a right click to just go ahead and kill him. Maybe a very fast flip if they can get it onto the point. Nice assassination. Sparkle takes Lastro out. The uppercut. Now going to be for a little bit more. Weakens Amy. He'll be finished off by Xe. And he had 20-some-odd% here for StormQuake. The flip should be coming through in favor of Element Mystic.
Really nicely done here by Sparkle with the execution of these solar targets. He's finding them and, you know, just wiping them out quickly. Now he's got the Meteor Strike. He had it for survivability early in that fight as well if he needed it, but he gets to hold it now. Gonna hide in his favorite spot up here to the top right. There's no way for StormQuake to realistically check for that. FaZe, if he goes up there alone, which he is, to the left you can see to check for him, could find himself getting caught. He does find and spot Sparkle out. Solely of that is super important, by the way. The team is always gonna check.
Grab to be thrown down. Transcendence going to be out from Xe. Looking for that. Meteor Strike comes in, doesn't find any pickoffs here, and it's just a hit switch and the both can be hit to the ground. Shatter out from Takoyaki, however, is absolutely huge. He'll come up with a double himself as they clean up the rest of the squad. FaZe will be the only one retreating back over to the dropship with his life intact.
It's a diva-less composition, right? But the Meteor Strike is essentially a pinpoint self-destruct. You can put it exactly where you want it, and you can execute it whenever you want it. We did see FaZe check. He knew where Sparkle was, so Sparkle couldn't get the flanking kills he was looking for, but didn't stop them from executing the combo.
Sparkle already in the back, instantly finds two. The punch to take out Suljan. Big things with Lastro. Element Mystic in control, still just playing up at the choke, pushing over towards the dropship here at the moment. They're playing this one like it's Control Center.
Yeah, really good control here so far of this choke. Sparkle coming back to his hiding spot up on the top right. They know where he's hiding, but it's still difficult to counterplay him when you have no range damage.
The punch, the bubble comes down. Hunted will go ahead and dump in that Graviton Surge, locking him up. Proper gonna go down, and it's the quadra kill on the back of the Space Jam. Sparkle knocks them out of the park.
Easy peasy. setting up these combos again and again. Doesn't matter if you know he's up here. If you're running 3-3, you've got no way to deny him from standing here. You have no way to poke him out, no way to chunk him down. They toss out the grab. If you don't eat it, you're going to get Space Jam.
Yeah, and now there's going to be a Shatter online for Takoyaki. He takes a bit of damage. Sparkle has already assassinated Amy. The Shatter's going to be good. No one can touch it. He tried in the back phase, sprinting his way over there, could not tag the point in time, and StormQuake will go down in that final round of Lijiang. Element Mystic start the series off 1-0.
It's a very close first map, though, and I think for Element Mystic, you don't sigh relief just yet, because in terms of regular 3-3 to 3-3, StormQuake had the edge in almost every fight in terms of ult efficiency, positioning, better shatters to Kaiser over Takoyaki. When you look at that, looking at the wider first of 3 series as a whole, as we move into hybrid, we go to assault, this Doomfist will start having diminishing returns. The maps get wider, there becomes counterplay potential. We know StormQuake can run the range DPS, they can flex to that, and that's what the answer is going to be to deal with the Doomfist. So sure, you've got the first map under your belt, but moving forward, it's going to get harder from here.
Map pool unlocked. We'll have to see where StormQuake wants to go. Hollywood has always been kind to them throughout the group stage. Do they just go back to that pick again?
It's been the favorite pick for both of these teams in recent times. You did see StormQuake pick it. It was the most recent hybrid pick in week 4. And Element Mystic recently picked that one as well. So, you know, I'm guessing StormQuake, if they want to avoid the Doomfist, maybe not picking Hollywood is smart, but if they think they've got the answer to Doomfist, if they think they can shut down the Doomfist, as we saw Meta Athena do on Hollywood, then I think you're going to feel like, if I pick this, I know they're going to play it, and we've got the answer. So I think that's the rationale for StormQuake. Otherwise, you know, we might just see something like a map that, you know, you would think StormQuake would be amazing on, given their playstyle, King's Row. And I think if you're looking at like Blizzard World Numbani, probably not going to happen. You're playing into Sparkle's Genji. His Doomfist works well in Numbani as well. Blizzard World, the same thing sort of applies.
Yeah.
So I think it's basically, do you think you can challenge the Doomfist on Hollywood? You pick Hollywood, otherwise you go to King's Row. I think those are the two realistic choices that StormQuake has right now.
Let's see what they land on. Hollywood was the only map they were able to take away from Element Mystic when they played in the first week of the group stage. So maybe just kind of go back to basics. They know that the Doomfist would still come out from Sparkle, but they were able to handle it at moments. But with that choke, with the way that Element Mystic was controlling the spawn area, there really wasn't much to be done about it.
Certainly.
Sign there, yes, praising the Element Mystic logo, but here we go, guys. No changes from either side here. Map pick is on StormQuake. Where do they want to take us?
If they go anywhere outside of King's Row and Hollywood, you have to expect a snipe strategy is prepared.
No, it could always be Icon, but no, we'll be Hollywood here again. So
this is
keeping it standard.
This is the decision that says, I expect the Doomfist here again. I've watched all your VODs. I know everywhere you hide. I know where you are. We've already seen FaZe is able to track where he's been setting up for these flanks perfectly. They studied, they're prepared, and they want to shut down this Doomfist.
Main thing is going to be about Sujen trying to shut him down with that shield bash. Will be StormQuake starting things off on the attack. We'll see Element Mystic's attempt and see how they can fare.
Yeah, let's see if they can make this Doomfist work again. Brief moment, we do see Doha highlighting the Sombra. We've seen a little bit of Sombra in North America. Saw it in our second semifinals, so I was able to catch that one on the way over to the studio today. Just a little bit of Sombra's peeking in, but it's overall been, you know, more of the same. We do see they swap over back to the Brigida now, and it's going to be the Doomfist. You can see it right here on screen. Now, StormQuake picked this map knowing full well there was a very high chance we'd see it again. Let's see how well Sogen can respond. Let's see if he can find him, as he did on Lijiang, and eliminate him, because that means an easy first capture if they can make that happen. Obviously, defender's advantage here. You can't flank him. You can't find the Doomfist as the attacker until you really get onto the point.
So far, he's just playing straight up in onto the point at the moment. So not even going for a flank now, just going to be diving in. Gets in the back, the punch is good. Lastro going to be taken down. They scoop up the kill on in there for the alley-oop, but now Kaiser going to be dropped as well. Fromper is completely disconnected into the back by himself. Sparkle going over for a cheeky little mini pack. Picks that one up. In the meantime, Exi just cleans up phase.
So nice start here for Element Mystic.
Look at the ult charge he
Yeah,
did as Zenyatta.
exactly. Actually doing massive damage in that fight, and it was a longer one where he was just able to do more. So by the time, you know, we do see the grabs come out, Laster will probably have his, but still, Exi can use his to actually chase, save Sparkle, get him a Meteor Strike here. There's so much opportunity.
Yep, looking for the jump in there. Takoyaki going to be taken down. Astro actually opens things up with that kill. Now Doha and Sparkle both going to be eliminated. Sparkle only able to find phases mech, and just like that, StormQuake going to counter push in. Exi not even getting an opportunity to use that Transcendence.
It was unfortunate the observing angle there, right? Because I think a lot of people are wondering, how did that happen? How did everyone die? But I think the most important part of that was everything you just said leading up to that fight. Look at Exi's ult charge, and I was saying, they have so many opportunities. They can use it early because it's basically going to lap Lastro if he can actually get that value. Look at after a one fight, Lastro still doesn't have his. If he uses it perfectly there, Element Mystic survives, they crush that fight, but he doesn't have the experience to make that call on this Zenyatta. He just simply doesn't.
Is that it? Maybe he wasn't expecting his team to go that ham, pushing that far forward. Either way, Groundhunter's going to come down with the shatter. Oh, the flank from Kaiser is absolutely massive. Hanman going to be taken down, and just like that, he'll be able to clean up the kills as they're pushing forward, but there's nothing to pin. It's a team wipe. The cart is just going to keep on rolling.
And now is the only chance Element Mystic has to swap comp. They will never have another one. And they've already made their choice. They're going to keep Hanbin on the Zenyatta, or sorry, on the Zarya, keep Sparkle on the Doomfist because he's got the Meteor Strike. With Hanbin and with no ult charge and with no ult charge for Proper, that was their only chance to swap and stay ult efficient, and they chose no. They're going to run with this composition.
Mom's going to be dumped up there, 5 phase, up into the air looking for a pickoff. Not going to be able to find anything. Sparkle gets rid of Sulja just moments before that sound barrier can come through. And that comes down phase, makes his way back in safely, but he is under fire. In the meantime, the rest of the team having a couple extended issues here as everybody else gets dropped. They will get the pop out. This is going to be the classic stagger. They'll boop him back. They'll get the uppercut to push him up the street.
One more right click. But then you can see what happens when the core of StormQuake falls apart. They lose even one member, then Sparkle is able to get in the backline, supports are vulnerable, and he's just flying around, taking kill after kill after kill, getting another Meteor Strike. He's already very close to that 73%. Some of his rocket cannons here, or arm cannons, whatever that ability's called. Here we go, looking for that last percentage here, looking for Lastro.
Yeah, not going to be able to find the punch, but still gets just the regular melee hit to take down Lastro as he pops him up into the air. It'll be a triple kill over to Sparkle. Still very healthy time bank for StormQuake, but they have to break this defensive line.
And now they have the ability to control this choke with the Space Jam. This archway here that you can see most of Element Mystic is operating around. They're going to keep Sparkle protected up here with Doha, so he's got his bodyguard who can also give him an instant armor pack for extra shielding, as you can see
Into
here.
the back again, massive uppercut's going to be coming through. Groundhound Search locking him in, Meteor Strike straight in on top. Not going to be leading to a quad kill, but still locks up and chunks down the members of StormQuake as they try to retreat back over into the spawn. Takoyaki almost even going down this staircase to play right in front of their faces.
And Sparkle can play this aggro when he's got Doha as his bodyguard. He's got that armor pack. He's going to have his shielding that comes through, his Meteor Strike for escapability. StormQuake just couldn't do anything. Now they've got the grab.
Grab's coming down, but Takoyaki drops the hammer. 4 members hit the ground. They're going to be staying there, it would seem, as the kills start to come through. Sparkle looking for the finish here on the Amy. They will be able to find it. That's a team wipe right in front of the spawn.
And
another minute gone.
Working out incredibly well for Element Mystic, but they've changed their style. They're playing aggressive. They're playing with a collapsing style. They're not just trying to get flanking picks with the Doomfist. They're actually committing the whole team to dive in. This is dive, what we're watching here.
Big shatter out from Kaiser, though. Could that be the opening? Great boop to the side. Will deny away that pin. And Lastro's the first one to fall. Now Suljan going to be eliminated. There's a great opening from Kaiser, but no one can capitalize. Great boop. Honestly, from Unique, maybe saving them there. One member assassinated by Kaiser with a pin. Could have turned the tides.
But look at these fights. You know, we have this high ground control by Sparkle. They've got the Space Jam again from all the fights they've won here. How can StormQuake approach this? They have a sound barrier, but that alone is not good enough. They need a trance, and they don't have one. Minute and a half left, and it looks dire.
half energy here at the moment. The bomb into the back. They're desperately trying to bring the defensive line. Not going to be able to find a pickoff. Now the sound barrier going to be coming through his face. Gets back into the back. Doha will be the first one taken down, but Sparkle is in the fight, in the thick of things, chunking people out. And Takoyaki, he's the one picking them up, putting them in the dumpster. A quad, I believe, extended over the fight for him. And StormQuake cannot make it past the gate.
Lastro gets that last kill. He does have the trance ready. Unique's going to come get the speed boost in here for some staggered members there. Lastro getting that kill onto Sparkle at the end, I believe. So that's where you got to get that speed boost to get everyone back in. You lose control of the choke for this. So that's actually a huge pick that Lastro gets. He's got the trance now to counter the ultimates here.
Takoyaki looking for the opportunity. Oh man, he dumps in the hammer. Lastro with the transcendence tries to keep them alive, but Kaiser's still going to be taken down. Amy able to answer one back as Doha will get dropped. The push forward coming back through. Takoyaki swinging his way halfway to that next shatter. 61 some odd percent. They get phased out of the mech. The respawns will start coming through.
This is incredible.
But there's only 28 seconds remaining. Element Mystic have a vice script on the card. They just now kill off phase.
This is incredible because they had no ults to hold the choke before this. That one shatter alone was enough to win them the fight. Huge play by Takoyaki. That was the hardest part for them. That was where they had the biggest ult deficit. Now
the grab's going to be locking him up. Here comes the Space Jam. Solgen going to be dropped proper. Gets the grab online, throws it into the sound barrier. From Unique is good. He's alive. Cart's going to be inching forward by Amy, as you say. Kaiser drops the hammer, locks down a couple, but he is getting chunked out. Amy going to be finished off the OT bar. Start the plummet. Can anyone tag this? It seems so unlikely. They cannot do it. The shatter will lock up the Hammond, locks up phase, and Element Mystic. They may lose point A in a very, what should have been favored fight for them, but they completely dominate the defense.
This is a new version of what we saw from them when they defeated GC Wave on this map with the Doomfist. This is not a flanking pick-off Doomfist style. We are watching what I will probably refer to from now on as Reinhardt Doomfist dive, because we're seeing speed boost to collapse onto choke points. We're watching the team go with the Doomfist. He's going all in, he's getting the armor pack. And this team is just sliding in with massive Zarya energy, and they're operating as a dive squad. Yes, it's still, you know, a Reinhardt Zarya comp without D.Va. It's not 3-3 technically.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a weird style that I think can only be described as dive, how they're playing it, where they see where the spawn is, they move out, they see when the team comes into a vulnerable area, and everyone comes in. There's no Winston, right? There's no Genji, there's no Tracer. But when that speed boost comes through from Unique, everybody knows who the primary targets are. If you can kill Silgan, that means Sparkle can't really get stunned realistically. You've got the armor pack on him. He gets his passive armor. In every single fight, you're just watching Sparkle and Hanbin soar to 100 energy. It's crazy, and it's just really well executed. I was worried looking at this thing. StormQuake's prepared. They know where Sparkle's hiding. They know his flanking spots. They're going to find him. They're going to stun him. They're going to kill him. But you can't do that when it's not Sparkle coming in alone. It's a six-man team coming in with him. It's a little bit different there, a little bit more difficult to counter that.
Here we go, pushing forward. Of course, Sparkle's still going to be over onto the Doomfist. Not going to be surrendering that pick yet. Push forward, StormQuake. I mean, they basically have to full hold this if they want a chance at winning Hollywood. Sparkle going to be going in, gets that Zarya bubble. Kaiser taking a bit of damage here. Already, Solgen going to get popped. Xe finds the first kill, punch into the back. Gets rid of Lastro. Kaiser going to be taken down immediately after he kills Takoyaki, and with FaZe getting popped at the mech proper with no shielding, trying to retreat. That is just going to be the cap picked up here by Element Mystic on the first attack.
Look at the ult percentage. You can see a majority of the damage here outside of Sparkle goes to Hanbin, gets high energy. This is really reminiscent of the old Genji dive where you'd see Genjis get the Zarya bubbles and go in, like back in the old school days, back in the early Apex days. But we're seeing it. Oh, nice pick here by Lastro.
Good job right as the doors open up, and that's going to be...
That's a huge opportunity.
Yeah, that's going to be the go button here for StormQuake. They charged their way back over onto the cart. They managed to find Sparkle as well.
What a huge pick there.
I mean, Doomfist can't flank if he can't get out of spawn.
Yeah. Well, Lastro with the right click. Predictive there as the door opens. The smallest opening for him to hit that. And Element Mystic is just standing in the wrong spot.
Scatter nearly online. Fire Strike going to be good. Kaiser pushes his way into the back, swinging away. It's a lot of damage in on the Doha, but now he himself will be focused down, moved over the side. They just knock go around like a ping pong ball. Gets pushed out of place and will be taken down now. 3 more kills. Or 2 more kills, now 3. Will be coming in for Element Mystic as they get ready to start rolling this cart, and it does not have very far to go.
Certainly does not. just watch how these fights go with Element Mystic when Sparkle goes in. He gets Doha's armor pack, he gets the Zarya bubble. Suddenly Hunbin's getting high energy off of this as well as he rolls in with Takoyaki and the speed boost. And people just start dying, dropping like flies as Sparkle comes through. There's just too much DPS and too much sustainability with the passive armor he gets, the shields.
Shatter ready to go, Takoyaki. Getting a chance to use his Kaiser. Looking pretty good. They managed to find Sparkle and Hunbin off the back. Now the enemy Ryan will be taken out. They manage to gain control of the cart, of the choke. They have the grab online as well as both defensive ultimates. Decent chance of holding off a couple volleys here from Element Mystic.
The question is, can they hold off for 4 minutes and 10 seconds? That's the big problem here is they've got so much time we're gonna have to hold through. Toss the grab and just straight up.
Yeah, straight in onto the Ryan shield. Locks him up, but no kills to be found yet. They finally do manage to break Takoyaki. He's gonna be the one to kill here for their troubles. Bubbles coming out. Sparkle will get taken down by FaZe in the end, so they get 2.
Sometimes those ults don't look as flashy. You don't see the big chunk of 6 members caught in one spot with the big follow-up Diva Bomb. But 1 kill is enough, and that's efficient enough here for StormQuake. I like how they were able to commit this. They hold the support ultimates now to fight in the choke. Still a long hold they need, but it's a good start.
Way forward, Takoyaki still really waiting for an opportunity. Noah taking down the grab, absolutely huge. The meteor strike coming in on top of the sound barrier from Amy is helping to keep them all alive. Rocket punches in, but Amy's still going to be sustained. Kaiser, however, up to that front line will be taken down. Now Exy pops in with the Transcendence, pushing forward, trying to keep them alive, and Hunbin scoops up a kill. It's that enemy Lucio. 2 members down, 3 down. Sunjen gets punched. Big FaZe knocked out of the mech, pushing forward. Takoyaki swinging away, managed to find the kill here on a Prover, and that could just be it. 3 minutes still remaining. The cart starting to advance.
I don't think StormQuake's really going to be able to touch this, not with any staying power as Amy is blocked out here. Can't even get out of this choke.
Punch comes through, uppercut just to try to lay them. Seismic slam, can anybody tag? Less than a meter away, no they can't get there in time. Sparkle completely contains them inside the studio, ensures that they cannot make it in time, and Element Mystic will just move up 2-0. Just like that, we are about 35 minutes into this broadcast, Wolf, and Element Mystic is already on the cusp of qualifying into that grand final.
Amy has been one of the big boons for StormQuake. He's been able to touch these carts, buy time in overtime, hold points, prevent captures. But in this case, they expected him. They knew where he was coming from. They had the angle controlled. There was that one choke that you're going to get out of the studio there on Hollywood, and Sparkle denies him twice. Even Meteor strikes there to try to prevent it one more time. But this is not the Element Mystic we saw on Hollywood previously with Jisoo Busan Wave. This is not the Element Mystic we saw on Lijiang with the Doomfist. This is a new style where everyone fights together. It's a big club. It's a big amalgamation of DPS with crazy high sustain behind it, and it's reminiscent of both the old Genji dive we saw with Zarya bubbles, but it's also reminiscent of Beyblade style with Reaper coming with Death Blossom. Now this is not a big ultimate we're talking about where he slides in, but he's got so much healing, he's got the shields he gets passively, he's got the armor pack from Brigitte, he's got the Zarya bubble. Doomfist is in a lot of ways a glass cannon, low health, high DPS, but when you're given all these tools to survive, and you've got Reinhardt's and Zarya's doing the final blows to get the rest of the kills, you don't have to blow someone up immediately with a combo. You can do some AoE damage, change targets, because Zarya and Reinhardt are going to clean up the rest. It's a high DPS, high mobility with Lucio's speed boost, and good healing output composition. It's tough to beat something like that, especially when you have these chokes controlled, when you have these spawns controlled. It's not dive in a vertical sense, that much is for sure, but it is definitely a speedy comp that's going to get on top of you and light you up with damage.
And now, StormQuake, you talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast. They're in this 0-2 situation. They have to reverse sweep.
That's right.
And they have to start it on the map type that Element Mystic is undefeated on. They have to win on Assault. We'll see if they can pull it off, guys. When we come back from the break, we'll see you in just a couple minutes, so don't go anywhere.